Good morning. This is Austin Tech News Live. And also we're known as AustinTechNews.Club. So you can find us. We're going to give you news of the day. And right now I'm just getting a studio set up. This is my studio. And I'm just getting everything hooked up. I'm getting microphones hooked up. Here's my microphone. Sure, Mike. I think I'm on that mic. I'm not sure. Let me look at the settings here. Settings. Okay. Video input. Here's I'm on the BCC 950. Here's the Brio, the Logitech Brio. Here's the Huddle Cam. And here is the Mevo. And I gotta turn on my ATEM Mini. And the microphone is the Shure. Okay, I'm on the Shure MV7. And excuse me, this is a dry run. It's a beta test. It's going to be rough this morning, but we're going to get this studio set up, and we're going to start pumping out tech news like you'd never believe out of here. Okay, so audio output. Audio output. Okay, I'm going to have audio output on the. I'll have audio output on the BCC 950. And high stream quality, I'll go 720p. I guess I'm going to have to upgrade to HD. Okay, so I got my settings. I figured that out. And let's see what else we can do here. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff we can do. There's that. There's that. There's that. All right. We've got chat. Privately talk with hosts and other guests. Okay. I'm just getting used to Restream.io. It's my first run on here, so bear with me. Okay, now I am going to switch cameras. Let's see. We're going to switch cameras to the BCC 950, and now I can grab this little remote here, and I can show you what I'm working on now. Okay, this is a tough hook, and I need to plug it into a charger. I'm going to plug it into a charger, and also I'm going to plug a microphone in there, which will require, require a boom, microphone boom, and a microphone. I'm going to use an ATR 2100. I'm going to have to get a headset mic. I just move around too much for this. It's a great microphone. Don't get me wrong, but I get kidded a lot about microphones on office hours. But let me get this thing set up here. Okay, I'm going to need a power strip. Let me grab a power strip here. Here we go. Okay, got a couple power mounts here. I'm going to need a mouse. I'm going to need a camera, and I'm going to need maybe need these speakers. We'll see if we need those or not. We might need those. And I'm going to need a USB. I'm using a TechNet cooling base for the laptop. And what I'm doing here is I'm setting up this Toughbook so that I can show you some tech stories. So what I need to do is connect the Toughbook now. We'll get this together. We'll have good audio, good video, and it'll be organized. Right now, I'm just getting set up, so I'll be drifting away from the microphone. So excuse the bad mic technique this morning. On a regular show, we're going to have a solid audio, believe me. Okay, there we go. Now we got plugged into there. And I need to plug the power in to the laptop. You need to give it an Ethernet connection. These Toughbooks are incredible machines. They're just rugged. They run all day. They run cool. They have touch screens. Okay, let's plug it in. All right, Toughbook is plugged in for charging. Now we're going to have to hook it up to the ATEM Mini, which will require a very long. Okay, this is something else. This is the Anchor. This is the Anchor USB hub. I'm going to plug that in. So we'll find an HDMI cable, and we'll run the HDMI cable into my ATEM Mini over here. So I'm going to need a fairly long HDMI cable. Let me find one. I got a few HDMI cables here. Let me pick one out. That's a nice HDMI cable. That'll do the job. So we're going to hook up the Toughbook to the ATEM Mini so I can feed content into the ATEM Mini. So let me plug in the HDMI cable here. We'll run it around here behind everything, behind my monitor, and over here to ATEM Mini. And by the way, I think I ought to turn the ATEM Mini on, don't you think? Let me turn that thing on. Okay, we'll make this input number 1. And I will fire up the ATEM Mini. There we go. We got the ATEM Mini fired up. And let's see if we can let's see if it's showing up as a source now. Let's see if our ATEM Mini is showing up as a source. Video input. Blackmagic Design. There it is. There's my Toughbook. So that's a good step forward. Man, I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this setup so far. Thanks for bearing with me here. I'm a little washed out. Our audio and video is going to get progressively better and better. I go to this show every day called Office Hours, and it's you got to be perfect to be on Office Hours. You've got to have great audio and great video. You've got to pay attention. It's incredible. It's the greatest training ground I've ever been on. It's like audio and video and streaming and virtual meeting boot camp. Anyway, we'll get to tech news eventually. Today is just a dry run. It's a setup run. I'm getting all the pieces in place to do a show. We're going to do a show that will be on Clubhouse. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on Twitter Spaces. We'll be on Instagram, LinkedIn, and several other places. I'm streaming to a bunch of places right now. I'll have to take a look and see how it turns out. But we're going to have tech news of Austin, Texas, because there's so much news coming out of Austin, Texas. Austin's 5 largest tech funding rounds totaled $235 million in March alone. That's Austin's, and Rollick was number 5. They raised $8.5 million on March 8th. And they cater to businesses that sell outdoor recreation vehicles like RVs, boats, and jet skis. I don't know if you know it, but everybody in the country's in an RV these days. I just got an RV. I'm fixing one up. In fact, I'm fixing 3 of them up. Rollick raised $8.5 million in funding, led by Sandbox Insurtech Ventures and TechNexus Venture Collaborative. And that capital will enable Rollick to invest in expanding its programs, such as its buy from home option and creating new ones. So that's a company near and dear to me because the fact that I own 3 RVs. I own a Winnebago, and I have which is forget what year it is. It's an older one, and then I have I don't know if you can hear that in the background. There's a bird out here in the background. I'm in my studio in Cedar Creek, Texas today. I'm not in my downtown condo, so you're going to get some nature sounds. You're going to get dogs barking, maybe cats meowing, and birds chirping, and squirrels rattling around the place. So excuse this. Maybe you like nature sounds anyway. So anyway, Rollick, Rollick Inc., $8.5 million. And then after they were number 5. Number 4 was L7 Informatics. L7 Informatics raised $13 million. And L7, they were the 4th highest capital raising company. And what L7 does is they streamline scientific processes and data management. L7 aims to use its automation tech to help life science and healthcare enterprises undergo digital transformation. The $13 million Series B from investors like Phoenix Venture Partners will go toward bringing its enterprise science platform to market. The software simplifies processes and automates workflows to facilitate breakthrough efficiencies, reduce costs, and more. Let me get on my tough book here since I just set it up. Again, bear with me. Today's setup day. We're getting all our gear set up, and this will probably go on for a while where I get my studio set up. We're just setting up the studio here. So let me sign in on the tough book and get a browser going on the tough book. Let's see. Okay, so Informatics, yeah, their software simplifies processes and automates workflow to facilitate breakthrough tech efficiencies and reduce costs. And the number 3 company, companies, Living Security. They raised 14 million, and they develop tools to help enterprises mitigate cybersecurity breaches caused by human error with their management platforms and gamified training. And they've had huge growth over the last year. Living Security is now looking to spend its 14 million Series B on growing its platform and launching a new one called Unify that will work to quantify human risk for cybersecurity team leaders. Unify is also a comms program that I've been learning a lot about on office hours. So we'll be talking about that also, and we'll be setting up comms for people who want to join. I'm looking for co-hosts. So if you want to be on Austin Tech News, we'll get you on Unify, our Unify back channel, where we can talk to each other and develop stories and develop shows. It's everything's in flux right now, and we're gonna have a schedule. I just discovered a tech news show on Clubhouse that I'm working with. They're called Tech News Around the World, and they wind up their show at 4 a.m. every morning. So I get on there right before 4 a.m. and do a little segment on Austin Tech News, and I'm trying to coordinate with them and work with them. There's a guy named Tyler Crowley. He's at Steep Decline on Twitter, and he's a great guy, super great guy. I told him about some tech news I learned about from a factory worker at Tesla this morning, and he's going to send me a bottle of Long Branch. He asked what this tech worker's favorite drink of choice was. I told him Long Branch. So he's going to send me a bottle of Long Branch. Matthew McConaughey's company makes Long Branch. It's a bourbon. So anyway, NanoCures is number 2. They raised 90 million on March 11th. They're a biotech company. It's a pre-IPO funding round led by Opulence Capital Management. It's working toward conquering the COVID-19 pandemic and planning to deploy its Cures platform to pharmaceutical companies and provide billions of people with doses of the vaccine with its self-administered tech. That is certainly something we need right now. And the number one company is Jungle Scout. They raised 110 million on March 4th. And they have plans to acquire ad tech company Downstream Impact from online marketplace giant Amazon. Jungle Scout raked in 110 million in growth capital led by Summit Partners and CEO and founder of the company, Greg Mercer. Its tech collects info from customer search inquiries, sales, and trends from more than 500 million vendors on Amazon's site, and then it puts that information toward helping businesses up their product sales. And we're going to drill deep into Jungle Scout because they're the big winner in the month of March. So we'll be talking a lot more about Jungle Scout and future shows. So let me do a test here. I'm going to drift away from the microphone. Again, I apologize. I will get a headset mic because I tend to move around, and I need to get a better mic. This is a great mic, but I have to be 3 to 4 inches away to maintain consistent audio. And the way this tech show is going to be run, I'm going to need to be moving around my office to different computers, and I'll get some kind of headset set up. But let me test the laptop. All right, that's a good. Let me test this. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras here. How do you switch cameras? Oh, here we go. There we go. There's Jungle Scout. And I got my Tough Book set up so I can show you different websites and graphics while I do the show. And that's our first test run of the Austin Tech News Live. We push this out on Restream.io. Now I got to run around to Facebook and Twitter and Insta and LinkedIn and all that and see how it worked. See if it worked. Hope it worked. Hope you saw this. Hope someone saw this. Did anyone see this? Anyway, have a great day. This is Paul Terry Wallace with ATXnews.Club and AustinTechNews.Live signing for now, but check back. We'll be going live a lot from now on with news of Austin, Texas.